Hi, everyone, and welcome to Who Threw the Curve. And this is a Robert Ruiz rant, and today we're going to be speaking on From Feast to Famine, the rise and fall of airline dining in the skies. The golden age of air travel, a time when flying through the skies was as much as an event as the destination itself. A time when the term airline meal conjured images of succulent roast beef, gleaming silverware, and crystal glasses filled with the finest wines. Back then, the mere thought of dining above the clouds was enough to make one's taste buds perform anticipatory samba. But alas, those hallucinatory days of gastronomic glory are no more. What happened, you ask? Well, fasten your seatbelts, return your tray tables to their full upright position, and prepare for a journey through the turbulent skies of airline culinary decline. In the beginning, there was plenty. The 1950s and 60s were the epoch of airborne opulence. Flying was an elusive affair, reserved for the well-heeled and well-dressed, who wouldn't dare imagine boarding an aircraft in anything less than their Sunday best. The airlines locked in a fierce battle for those affluent flyers' favors, offered not just transportation, but an experience. And what better way dazzle senses than with food? Oh, meals. They were feasts fit for gods, or at least for the minor royalty and business barons who could afford a ticket. Flight attendants, as if descended from Mount Olympus, floated down the aisles with carts, heaving under the weight of roast meats, fresh salads, exotic cheeses. The clink of full-size, non-plastic cutlery rang out like a symphony. Harmonizing was the contended sighs of the satiated travelers. Airline food wasn't just a meal. It was an event, a ritual that punctuated the journey with a flourish of culinary delight. But then tragedy struck. They democratized air travel. The skies were open to the masses, and as more people took to the air, the airlines faced new problems: how to feed the burgeoning hordes of skyward peasants. The answer was simple and brutal: cut costs, cut quality, and for the love of all that is economical, cut the size of those portions. Thus began the Great Decline. First they came for the silverware, and we said nothing because, well, who really needs a real knife and fork at 35,000 feet? Then they came for the glassware, and we murmured only slightly because who could complain about a plastic cup of Château Le Box wine? But then the meals themselves began to shrink slowly but surely, like the Grinch's heart before he discovered the true meaning of Christmas. Today, the once bountiful feasts of yore have been replaced by the culinary offerings that invoke the same joy as finding a lone, soggy peanut at the bottom of your bag. The modern meal, if one can still call that, is a master class in minimalism, a zen wrapped in plastic, a riddled asking, what is the sound of one's stomach rumbling? Gone are the multiple courses, replaced by a single tray that upon opening reveals a reminiscent of modern art piece entitled Desolation, a study in beige. The main dish, a mysterious concoction of indeterminate origin, is accompanied by side dish of vegetables, which have been steamed into an identity crisis. The bread roll, once warm and inviting, now resembles a culinary fossil, while the desserts dares to distinguish between chocolate mousse and brown despair. But fear not, for there is a silver lining to this aluminum encased cloud. The decline of the airline meal has given rise to a new era of creativity. Passengers faced with daunting prospect of hours in the air with nothing but their own hunger for company, have become adept at sneaking on sandwiches, strategizing over snack bars, and sometimes even resorting to the unthinkable, actually buying airport food. So here we are, in the brave new world of air travel, where the meals are reminiscent of a high school cafeteria, and the romance of dining in the skies is as extinct as the dodo bird. But take heart, dear traveler, for every time you peel back the lid of your in-flight meal to uncover the horror within, remember this is just not a meal. It's an adventure, a test of fortitude, a tale of survival against the odds. And remember that, just like in life, it's the journey that matters, not the rubbery chicken you eat along the way. Bon voyage and bon appetit. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to follow and share. Thanks.